In this video, I'm going to give you my favourite spiced and flavoured rums from 2023 that you definitely need to check out in 2024. Hello rum fans, welcome back to the channel. Again, I'm just going to cut straight into this. We have got 10 spiced and flavoured rums coming out to play. Now, I appreciate this will be predominantly to a UK audience, but I'm going to start off. The rums that are coming out first will be available worldwide. So I'm going to get those in first before the ones that will only be available in the British Isles. And these three rums, actually, the first three that are coming out, spiced rums, are actually big favourites worldwide. I do know these have a lot of fans in the US, in Australia, in parts of Europe. I know these are fantastic, and you can't go wrong with them. They've all been around a while, but I'm going to kind of bring them out in the order that I like them. First off, this has become my favourite spiced rum for 2023. This is the Don Q Spiced. Again, I kind of given, this all came out at the same time when I got into Don Q properly earlier this year. It was a spiced rum I'd never had until this year, and I can't believe that I've been missing out. For me, it is the outstanding spiced rum in the category. You know, not overly sweetened at all. We generically know that a lot of spiced rums are sweetened up, and that for me is a good thing, because if you taste some spiced rums that aren't sweetened up, they don't quite hit the market that they're intended for. You know, there are certain brands that just don't add any sweetness, and the rums they're just like, you know, they're just too feisty, too spicy, and that's not kind of what you want. So it's a very different market. Spiced rum to rum is a very, very different market. This is without doubt my favorite spiced rum of 2023. It's a new addition for me, but this will be a permanent stock going forward. Now, the second spiced rum has been in my collection now for 12 plus years. You know, it's been one of the go-to spiced rums since the year dot. And I will point out as well that the first sort of, definitely these two are what I would call done properly, as in they've actually seen real life spices and real life fruits that have gone into there. There's no sort of flavor compounds, dropper bottles that some of the commercial brands would use, you know, and there's nothing really wrong with that in the grand scheme of things. Look, they're all businesses, they're all trying to make money, but you know, these are properly spiced. So again, for me, there's a skill set involved in spicing these rums, like getting that same taste over and over, year after year after year. Okay, so Chairman's Reserve St. Lucian rum, they just take the Chairman's original, essentially Chairman's Reserve original, and spice it up, and this is fantastic. Probably, I don't know, I generally don't know spiced rum sales in the UK. I would hazard a guess at this being one of, get rid of the commercial brands, your Dead Man's Fingers, you know, your Bacardi Spiced, your Captain Morgan's and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking proper rums that have been spiced. I would say that this is potentially up there with being one of the biggest sellers here in the UK. Now, my third one, again, I'm not sure of its worldwide availability, because I know it is spiced and bottled here in the UK. I'm not sure whether it's actually made its way to the US or not. And I know Pussers as a brand is in the US. I totally get that. But the gunpowder proof spiced, which is essentially their gunpowder proof rum that has been spiced up, you know, I'm not sure of its worldwide availability, or certainly the US availability, but this is fantastic. 54.5% rum, so it's rum from Guyana. So essentially we've got Dominican Republic, we've got St. Lucia, and then we've got Guyana. And so again, very different rums at the base of these, giving you very different flavors, and again, different spices. This is absolutely delicious, and still, you know, would be one of my favorite rum and cokes, spiced rum and cokes. This is delicious, garnished with a wedge of orange, again with ginger beer, stuff like that. This would be my go-to in Pussers Painkiller as well. I do prefer this over the normal Pussers gunpowder proof. This is fantastic. A little bit more expensive, but then the ABV, you know, you're talking 40%. This is 54.5%. But if you've not tried it, I highly recommend this. Now, there are a couple more spiced rums to come, but from my mind, they are predominantly available in the UK. So I'm just going to leave those to the end. I'm going to cut over to some flavoured rums now. And these will probably be no surprise to the vast majority of you as well, because they are pretty standard household brands. That, without a shadow of a doubt, the best pineapple rum on the market. It's actually infused with, so it's a blend of the Plantation 3 Stars and the Plantation OD. It's proper pineapples, you know, the rind, the pineapple's all been cut, the rind, I always get this the wrong way around. I think the flesh is infused with the dark and the skin is infused with the white, but it might be the other way around. But this, you know, this is just outstanding. If you want a pineapple rum that tastes of pineapple, that's actually been made with pineapple and not dropper bottles and a load of sugar, this is absolutely amazing. Pineapple daiquiris with this. Oh dear God. Superb rum from Plantation. And then from pineapple, we go to banana. Again, there are plenty of other banana rums available, but for me, none of them come remotely close to this. Again, infused with real life bananas. You know, it's actually seen real life fruit as far as I understand it. So it's not dropper bottles, it's not chemical compounds, it's not loads of sugar added to it. This is just delicious from the Cargo Cult guys. Absolutely adore this. Banana daiquiris, you know, anything banana mojitos. Anytime you want to put a banana spin on this and you don't want a banana liqueur, I can't not have this in my collection. Now I'm going to give some notable shouts because, again, these are very, very different. But again, if you've not tried these, I think you should. These are absolutely amazing. These are Damiso L'Oranges from Guadeloupe. So we've got agricole rum at the base of these. And then, as you can see, infused with real life fruit. Again, a little bit expensive in the grand scheme of things. I totally get that. But you're paying for the fruit. They are a little bit weaker as well. So they're liqueur class, 30% ABV. But the flavour of these coming through is just out of this world. Daiquiris pepped up with a little bit of higher ABV, sort of agricole rum. Absolutely phenomenal. I think I've got these the right way around. The guava, that looks like the coconut. We've got, that's the mango and passion fruit. Yeah, the mango and passion fruit. And then we've got the pineapple in there as well. And do you know what? I wasn't going to mention this. This is a quick addition in. For a coconut rum, yes, this is a liqueur. Not an out without coconut rum. When Plantation's Cut and Dry finally gets properly released, I dare say that'll be in here next year. But, you know, we still don't get it really in the UK as a proper out and out rum. But as far as this goes, you know, going head to head with Malibu and the likes, there is absolutely no competition. Bounty is the cheaper brand from St. Lucian Distillers from Chairman's Reserve, essentially. It's kind of their lowest step down. But this, for a coconut flavoured rum, it's insane. It's so good. And then one last worldwide available rum until I move on to the British guys. This has grown on me a lot. Hopefully that's on there. This is the Roncolon Rums Cal. It's a blend of, I always get this wrong way around. It's a blend of 66% of their normal rum, the Roncolon Salvadorano high ABV rum. It's a blend of 66% that and 33% mezcal. And this gives you incredible riffs on cocktails. You know, so you've got that sort of Jamaican funk. So that rum, the normal rum, is a blend of El Salvador rum and Jamaican rum, but you don't miss the Jamaican rum. The Jamaican punch is there 100%. So you've got that going on, plus a little bit of mezcal in there. I tell you what, for a quirky, different Mai Tai, this is exceptional stuff. Really, really good. I keep getting told by the guys it is, you know, they're doing the work to get it around the world. It is, they do have it in the US. I know they do in Australia and places like that. You know, if you can see it, try it because it is so different for a flavoured rum because of the mezcal in there. It's outstanding. And yes, there is the rum and rye up there, or rum rye as they call it. It's a 50% blend of the rum and 50% with American whiskey. I'm not a huge whiskey fan. That's why I personally don't put it in there. And why I've spoken time and time again about why I don't like the longer age stuff, because they generically get more and more whiskey influence coming through them. But if you're a whiskey fan, again, if you could get that, try that as well, because it is a fantastic rum. I'm just not a huge whiskey fan. So while I'm talking about flavoured rums, let's stick to the flavoured rums here in the UK. And the first one the only flavoured rum that I'm going to pick out, to me, this is all-star. I love this stuff. It is Goldstone from down in Sussex, just outside of Brighton. This is their lime and ginger rum. Actually distilled, not infused, distilled with real life lime peels and real life ginger. And oh dear God, this is good. This makes cracking daiquiris. It makes cracking highballs. It makes cracking mojitos. Just something a little bit quirky and so different. Remember, the base of this rum does have sugarcane juice in it as well as molasses. So you have got that vibe going on as well. But this, you know, for flavoured rum. Bear in mind, not many of the British guys are doing flavoured rums. There's quite a few doing spiced rums, but there isn't many flavoured rums here in the UK. So it's, you know, the competition is minimal to this in that camp, but outstanding. Really, really good stuff. So we're now down to the final two rums, and these are British spiced rums, pretty much only available here in the British Isles, and pretty much only available to a certain extent direct from them through their websites. You probably won't find these in wholesalers or anything like that. So first off, we're going for my out and out favourite spiced rum from here in the British Isles. This is Canevor. Yes, this is probably more of a honey spiced rum, but this is absolutely mind-blowing. I love this stuff. It's Ben and Lisa down at Mounts Bay. As I say, Canevor is what it's called. Absolutely delicious. Well worth picking up a bottle. But then staying in Cornwall, this was a real surprise to me as well. This, and I know the guys because they used to be, they've got two distilleries. So this is the English Spirit Distillery. And so they've got one, they've started off business right near me actually before they grew and expanded, but they have now got another distillery down in Cornwall, Tregaddock. This is absolutely outstanding. It wasn't even on my radar until probably one of the last spiced rum reviews that I did. But oh dear God, this is good. So I forget what the other thing, but just before I go in there, red cherries and hibiscus in there. And it's, I think, what is it? Citrus zest, molasses. It's something else that it's infused with in there to give it like a caramel. Oh my God. It's so good. So it's more of a, it is an out and out spiced rum. Don't think this is a flavoured rum. You know, the cherry is there, the hibiscus in there, but you do not lose those spices first up. You know, for me, wow, that is seriously good liquid. So there we go. That's pretty much nailed it. Yes, there are plenty of other spiced rums available. I'm going to be brutally honest here. There's Goldstone. There's the new one from the Outlier guys. Dropworks have got one. Most brands in the UK have got a spiced rum because that's where the market is. But for me, I stand by this as much as I'm really good friends with a lot of them. You know, actually, these for British spiced rums, for me, smash it and absolutely phenomenal. But worldwide brands, let me know what you think. And if you've got any other spiced rums that people should check out, make sure you comment below.